All right. So no contributions, huh? Nothing. It's been an hour since we had a super chat.
Patriotism is dead. There's only rebels and tyrants now.
Strange.
A world ready for the righteous and the pure to inherit.
Don't believe in syringes. No, I still got my saber, Reverend. Didn't turn it into no plowshare either.
I'm taking over this territory.
Hello there, everyone. You know who I am, ETTemplar, Supreme Misfit, Professional Dipshit, and before we get into this DSP reaction video, special thank you to these people, the contributors and supporters of the channel, the community, and special thank you to viewers like you. Let's get into it. This is a good one. This one, why don't I just play it?
If there ever was someone who was so egregious, I have the legal right to do it.
Before we get into it, I'm not making any money off this shit, Phil, because Phil likes to claim that all of his detractors make money off of making fun of him and profiting off his pain and sorrow. It's like, in this case, me, not really, but for other people, sure, maybe. But then again, if you're acting the fool and being an ungrateful schmuck and just asshole in general, that's a you image problem, and that's not on the detractors for making super chats and donos off you. You're the guy who acted like a petulant child and uploaded your content the way you did, and that's for other people. Do I consider that a little bit scummy? A little bit, but then again, if you don't want to be made fun of, correct your behavior or just ignore it entirely. But
whenever I want. You know, all I'll say is this: these motherfuckers better hope I never win the lotto. Because if I win the lotto, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, as if you never expected it.
You mean to tell me if this guy like hits the $450 million Powerball or Mega Millions, that he would spend a good portion on it suing detractors? Are you fucking kidding me? Instead of taking that money and like dabbing on the haters. I mean, the first thing I do is buy like a big fuck off boat and stream from it. Be like, hey, look at my boat and look at all my bitches on my boat, right? Or a Bugatti, Lamborghini. That's how you get revenge by living well, Phil. The fact that he says he would spend lottery money on suing small people is the biggest asshole-less like thing I've ever heard. And not only that, when it comes to threats by another grown-ass man, ooh, I'm gonna sue you. Ooh, shiver me timbers, bud.
But it'll happen. I'm gonna have a lot of free time, and I won't care if I make money. I'll just care.
So you would drag your ass and waste your time in court with lawsuits against detractors. So I just thought of this after I recorded this video, but let's say if I was a detractor, let's say the worst happens, that Darkside Phil wins the lottery and he's suing me. The first thing I would do as a fuck you to Darkside Phil is I would go Informa Pauperis and I would go pro se, because in that way I'm representing myself and I'm stating to the court that I don't have enough money or funds to afford a lawyer. And then I would just drag that shit out. You know, if he wants to be an asshole and sue me as a detractor, I would make his life a living hell, because not only that, the court has to give you the materials to figure out how to go forth with a lawsuit, because you're representing yourself, right? And not only that, you could drag it out, you can ask stupid questions, you could really make the person sue you a living hell. This is the case with, unfortunately, with Josh Moon at Kiwi Farms. Someone for a while was suing him as Informa Pauperis and pro se litigant, and eventually it fell by the wayside. The people eventually gave up even though it was costing him thousands of dollars to get a lawyer. So is that dirty? Yes, but if you were being sued by some asshole who just won the lottery and suing you because you were a detractor, that's would be one way to go about it. And I highly doubt that DSP Darkside Phil would have the wherewithal, the patience to show up in court weekly to continue to fight this in court one time, let alone 5 times or 100 times or 1,000 times or however many detractors he has. It's just absurd. But then again, Darkside Phil has that fucking reptile brain. Then again, he's again, for a 40 to 50-year-old man, he's mildly retarded. Anyways, too much, you become a vexatious litigant. And you can actually be banned by certain states by fucking suing people. So you can't exactly sue all your detractors, the thousands or tens of thousands or how many detractors there are. This is just absurd. And a 40 to 50-year-old man should know this. And not only that, a 40 to 50-year-old man, if they did come across an exorbitant amount of money, wouldn't waste it suing detractors and random assholes and anons on the internet. But since Phil is in a what they call suspended development, even for his age, here we are.
About getting back at those who tried to suck my blood.
Or you can get back and make them seethe and mauled by living well. Like, I know for Phil it'd be hard to not react to the assholes and detractors. It'd be damn near impossible. But if he was just to, like, shut the fuck up and not react to any of them, and not even mention detractors, and like, imagine them being killed in his mind, not reacting, that's how he would win. That's how I would do it anyway. But then again, I'm not in his shoes. I like to have a little bit more character and gratitude, and I'd like to think I'm more mentally mature than this gentleman here. But who knows? In that situation, who knows? No, I wouldn't be an ungrateful asshole, and then I certainly sure as shit, if I did win the lottery, wouldn't sue people who are detractors or who left negative comments. This is just absurd. And as far as a threat, a man making this threat, this is very effeminate.
Get it? So you better hope I never buy a lotto ticket.
You're not going to win it anyway, asshole. You have a better chance of being struck by lightning 10 times in a row. Or it's like twice for that matter. So good luck, Phil. Good luck winning the lottery and suing detractors and anons at their houses. Yeah, like a real asshole. So again... This is just DSP showing his colors as per usual. And yeah, it's absurd. And for another grown-ass man to threaten lawsuits over bullshit opinions and A-logging on the internet is just wild to me. But that's just my muted take on it. And again, in closing, I'm not one of these people who wants to see Phil destroyed and homeless because he makes content I don't like. That's not the case. Phil has just a right to be a grifting piece of shit, just like Keno Casino, and just like every other dipshit on the internet, right? Yeah, sure, he's an ungrateful ass that's developed state of suspended development or arrested development, whatever. He still has the right under freedom of speech and the First Amendment to do that. So I'm not entirely going to spread my cheeks and like crap all over this guy, but most of the hate he gets is due to his own doing. But again, he shouldn't be destroyed. I don't think he should be chased off the internet like some of these whack jobs. So to be fair, there are some detractors and anons out there that are fucking rabid out there and like mentally ill. So with that said, that's my 2 cents on it. See you next time.